Hello, community. My name is Marcos, and today I'm going to show you some improvements that we are doing to Daggerverse to enhance the experience of consuming modules, particularly by providing custom examples. And as you probably all know, Daggerverse is growing quite big. As you can see, we have like a fairly amount of modules. I don't know the exact count, but probably hundreds. And one of the things, one of the feedback that we get from the community is the fact that, for example, if I go see this module, as you can see, I can see the functions that the module exposes. We have this like a little example box where you can see how to call this particular function. We have this table with the arguments and the return type of the module. But the feedback that we got from users is mainly like two things while producing and consuming modules. The first feedback is, hey, how do I test my module, right? Like, what would be a good way once I have my module ready, make sure that the module actually works and it's doing what I do. And the other one is like, okay, how do I like add more context to this module so I can give like different type like comprehensive examples on how to use it, right? Because here you can see that we have snippets for each of these functions, but I can't really detail anywhere how to like accomplish like maybe like a bigger goal by using multiple functions of this module. So because of the lack of this requirement in Daggerverse, some users have been following different patterns on how to do this. For example, one of our Power community members, Daggernauts, Mark, one of the things that he does is like first of all, in his modules, by the way, Mark, cheers to Mark, he has like huge amount of modules. But one of the things that he does, as I said before, like he creates a README on the module main page, main directory path, and then he basically puts an example, like a more elaborated example on how to use this module. And at the same time, he also adds a tests folder, which is on itself another module, another Dagger module that imports the core module, as you can see here. It has a dependency of the core module that he wants to test. And then basically he writes like some functions of this test module to actually perform specific tasks to actually test that his module is doing whatever he wants to do, right? So following this pattern, we also saw this like on different repositories. In this case, we have like Kyle's. Kyle actually works at Dagger. Kyle's like Golem module. He also added a README around like, okay, this is how you use this module, like recommended ways and examples. So following these patterns, we basically decided to like prototype something in Daggerverse, which is what I want to show you today. And I'm going to show you, like, in this particular case, I have a module that I created, which is called GPT Tools. This is a module that I highlighted in a different community call, where you can basically play with Dagger and AI without the need of having Python and installing like a lot of tools in your machine. You can like basically chat with YouTube videos and then ask questions to local files in your machine. And this basically module exposes some functions. You can basically run a RAG pipeline. You can chat with a YouTube video. You can chat with files. You can transcript audio into files, and so on and so forth. And one of the things that we are trying is like the fact that you can create an examples folder inside this module. And in this examples folder, you can have like multiple folders for different SDKs. In this case, you can see that I added examples for Go and TypeScript. And inside the Go, in this case, inside of the Go folder, you're going to see that I followed a similar pattern that what Mark is doing, with the only difference that I'm going to be following a convention where my example functions names, if these names match the parent module types and functions, we are going to reuse this to like highlight in Daggerverse better like a documentation. I'm going to show this in a minute. Basically, what I want to show you here is like I basically set some examples that are called GPT Tools. This is the name of the parent module that I want to highlight. This is the name of the parent module and the function of the parent of the parent module GPT Tools. And this again is the name of the parent module, a function, and then underscore directory, which is another example of this transcript function of the parent module. So once I have this, and I can do it for the 3 SDKs, I can go to Daggerverse, and I can show you here. So if this is like a preview example of the code that we are doing. And then I'm going to go publish this module that I just created. And let's try GPT tools, as you can see here. And then I'm going to publish this. Once this gets published, you're going to see that the output is slightly different than what you can see in Daggerverse today. As you can see out of the box, you can get the if you define like a core module example, they're going to be highlighted here at the top, and you can define multiple examples, and I'm going to show that in a minute. So this is basically expanded by default, but you can collapse it. And then as you can see, I have the Go example, which is the same exact code that you saw before. You can basically copy this and put this in your module, and it's gonna run the same way that it runs in my tests. And then I have the TypeScript as well example. This is basically the same thing but in different languages. And yeah, and you have like another improvement is like the highlighting, as you can see here, which we don't have today, like in production. And if I go to the transcript function, which is the other function that I was mentioning that has 2 examples, you can see that in this case, this transcript function has 2 examples, right? The first example is the first function that you see on my examples folder, which basically runs the transcript, and then I can collapse this and expand this into this other function. So the idea behind this is that you can start testing your modules if you want by following this pattern. But not only that, but also if you write the test functions with a specific convention, you can like promote those examples to like the Daggerverse. So users are going to have like an easier time like understanding how to use your module, or maybe you can highlight different use cases that you were not able to do here. There are 2 pending items that we need to do in order to finish this feature and put it out there to test it. So we would love your feedback. The first item is of course Python. That's going to be fixed soon. We're going to ship this like this week. And the other example, the other feature that is missing, sorry, is the fact that we don't have, as you can see, we removed the current example boxes, which are these ones, initially because we believe that these do not add as much value as the examples, the new examples feature, and also we don't have the shell. We don't have the shell box here, and the reason for that we don't have the shell box here is because these examples cannot be currently represented by multiple CLI calls because we don't have a way to chain them properly right now. We are working on that proposal. So basically, we have a challenge there, which is, okay, how do we represent this on CLI calls? And our initial approach is like, would it be useful to have maybe like a programmable Bash SDK that you could use in order to represent this in Bash? I don't know. That's a question that we want to give our users. But yeah, but so far, this is what's coming. If you have any requests, feedback, or input about this feature, we would love to like have it as we are improving Daggerverse day by day. And before wrapping up, I just want to mention that we are also improving the landing of Daggerverse as well, the listing of modules, if I can access here, which I can't, which is this one. In order to like, we want to make it better to consume these modules in the sense that for users to understand which of these have like a higher quality in terms of like featured modules, or maybe modules with tests, or maybe modules which are properly documented with examples. So keep watching Daggerverse because we are going to be introducing some changes in the next upcoming weeks to basically improve this experience. So that's all for me. If you have any questions, happy to answer them.